What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel on this Saturday, the 25th of March, and we have a a topic I thought I would never need to discuss ever again. But here we are, and we are going to talk about Morata, which is um, trending. I'm gonna say it's a weird story, but it's a story we need to cover. I believe. Uh, but yeah, before we get into it, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and hit that bell notification so you can stay up to date when we drop a new video, especially on Monday. So yeah, let's go. So the story I'm gonna talk about is from Giovanni Albanese. Now I think people who watch this channel know how I think about his reporting. I don't think it's not the worst, but it's not the greatest in my opinion. But he's not. I do want to say he's not a source where like you just brush it completely to the side. You don't need to do that. And he brought up the story or the point that you know what? It's not 100% certain that we're going to buy Milik, and Morata is still an option that's out there that we could um, pursue for next season. Now, um, I don't believe that at all. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like. I don't know how this is a thing, but it's a thing. I don't understand the story. Um, I actually I don't understand it, and I thought about it before I started recording this video, and I was like, maybe there's an angle to it. There is no angle to it. It's just really, really, really random. That's all. It's really random, and it sounds something this club would do. I'm not gonna lie. I don't believe it, but it sounds something the club would do because they keep a list of all targets and all players, and they never update it. It seems, so like should it happen, I wouldn't be shocked at all. Like I wouldn't be like I'm not even surprised that they're keeping Alexandro and all those guys. Like it doesn't nothing surprise me anymore. Um, but yeah, even if it's true, it's a big fat no for me. Like it's a no, and I like Morata. I like Morata a lot, but I don't want to back up that is costing you 4 mil or 5 mil, something like that. I don't want that. I don't need that. We don't need that. We actually really don't need that. We moved on from him and we paid big money for Vlahovic mid-season for a reason. We cannot forget that. And again, I have very good memories of Morata. I do. There are some bad memories, but with him, it's like we know who he is, and you take the good. Um, but he should never come back to play for us. Like, I don't know why this is a thing. Like, it would be like the third time now. If you include the loans, you can go even further than that. But it would just be complete banter, in my opinion. You have Milik, you keep Milik. It's as simple as that. Now, Milik has problems with injuries. I get that. But Milik will cost you 7 mil, and it will cost you 3.5 in wages. He is good enough to be the backup Milik. Some might say he's good enough to start Vlahovic. I'm not one of them. I still think we need a top striker up there, and I believe Vlahovic is that, could be that. But for a backup and play a good amount of games, rotation, all those things, I keep Milik all day, every day of the week, all the time. Pay that 7 mil for Milik and keep him. Now, we need a backup striker. Like, is Vlahovic going to say? We don't know. But you need a backup striker. My point is, we need to move on from Keane, in my opinion. I don't know how we were able to do that without losing a lot of money, but we need to move on from Keane, in my opinion. But Milik, you keep. You just keep Milik, and that's good enough. For a backup, it's pretty cheap, to get a backup for 7 mil, plus 1.5 for the loan, 2.5 for the loan. So less, in and around 10 mil for a good backup that will get you. He will get you double figure goals in Serie A, I do believe, in a season easily. He can get that. I'll take that any day of the week. In all competitions, easily he will get that. So that's great. That's fantastic. I'll take that for the cheap um, deal. He knows what the business is. He knows his role, and he accepts that role. I'm happy with that. But don't bring back Morata. If that's really an option, just please no. Like we've been there, we've done it. It's too expensive. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. It doesn't. Why would you spend more money when you have Milik there on it's a bargain because we don't have strikers coming up from the youth. You can say Yildiz, but he's not. For me personally, he's not an out and out striker. He isn't. Like he loves to drift to the on the left as well. He's not an out and out striker. He could be, but I think he will lose quite a bit of his potential. And even then, even if you say he is an out and out striker, he's not going to come from the Primavera to the first team. That's not going to happen. It needs time, so you need a backup, obviously. And Milik is good for that. I don't know why Morata is in talks. Probably because he's not playing, like Depay is playing, and he came out and he says, I understand the coach, but we know Simeone doesn't want him. We know Atletico tried to push him out many times, but they asked for too much money, and that's when Juve said, no, forget it. We're going to get Milik, who I still believe we needed someone else because the fitness problems from Chiesa and Di Maria concerned me even before the season started, and I was kind of right. Like, it's worrying. But I've always said Milik will get you goals. He will get you goals. It wasn't my first choice. I was kind of pissed at the time. And the way things are going, you might say, yeah, wasn't needed to be pissed. A little bit, because Di Maria's not playing all the time. Chiesa's out consistently. I wanted something else. And Sule's not getting real opportunities. But whatever. I said Milik will get you goals. And that's when he did. When Vlahovic was injured, he was that guy who was getting you those goals. So I'm perfectly fine with keeping just Milik. I don't. When I read that story, I was like, what? Like, how? Where is this coming from? Like, I don't understand. Like, I was very confused. I'm so confused. I'm talking about it, and I thought about it before I went live, before I hit record. I'm very confused from where the story is coming. Like, I really am, because of the cost and all those things. And what we've seen from Morata last season, like, he wanted to leave for Barcelona. We forced him to stay, but we paid big bucks for Vlahovic. Like, it was a weird situation. So I don't think coming back for him is the greatest move anyway, because he's not going to be the main guy. Like, he's not, and he cannot be the main guy. He can. I'm already confused if you sell Vlahovic, what we're going to do, because you cannot play Milik as a main guy. I like Milik, but first of all, he cannot stay fit enough to be the main guy. That's who he is. That's why I accept him as a backup and a rotation player, but he cannot be the main guy. So even if Vlahovic leaves, I'm very confused what the club wants to do. I am. And if the idea is, maybe that's the idea, and I'm not saying it's what the reports say, it's maybe what I'm thinking, it's maybe, yeah, get Milik and Morata and, see it out. Don't do that. Like, please don't let that be the idea. That can absolutely not be the idea, because then we go back to a situation where you're gonna strengthen one part of the field, but you're gonna just downgrade or like make another part of the field worse in general, because injuries of players, inconsistency of players, all those things. Don't do that as well. So I'm very confused about the Morata story. I am. But it's a report. It's from Giovanni Albanese. It's out there. Morata spoke. Maybe that's why there are some links or whatever you want to call it. But it's a big fat no for me. And I've seen people saying, yeah, bring him back. I want to say I understand, but I don't. Like, I actually don't understand. Maybe you can make sense out of it. Maybe you can try to convince me why it would be a good idea, to bring Morata back again. Yeah, give it a go in the comments, I guess. Please like the video. Also, again, I'll repeat it. You will see tomorrow or today which channel I'm going to record a podcast on Sunday. It's a Juve channel. And it will drop on Monday. So stay tuned for that. We're going to talk about winning the Europa League or it's a fail this season for Allegri. Rabiot, Vlahovic, obviously, and Fagioli as well, and a lot of other things. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I will see you back again live, pretty sure on Monday. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend and see you soon. Ciao.